Everybody, it's Christine. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to try and do this without interruptions. My daughter is on a texting frenzy right now when she's supposed to be in school. See? Okay. She took the hint. Anyways, so I read 4 books. Currently reading 3, 4. So, the first book I finished was Billionaire MD by Olivia Gates. Not like, I think I gave it a 3, 2 or 3. It's about this woman who's gotten into an accident and she's pregnant, and her late husband's brother is the doctor. It's in Spain. It's just, she wakes up with amnesia. And all of a sudden, within 5 seconds of waking up, she's madly in love with him. She doesn't know who he is. She just knows that she wants him. She's madly in love with him. And, oh yeah, she's got a husband, but who gives a shit? Kind of thing. No. Not realistic. And then the other part. So she has to do some physiotherapy, like, stuff like that. So a couple of days after she wakes up, maybe a week or 2, he takes her to his house, which he just decides in a day to get a CAT scan machine, an MRI machine, x-ray machines, and he does that all. No. So that was stupid. And then I read Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. It's the first in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And me and Alana from Alana Reads buddy read this. And we will probably buddy read the whole entire series. These are good. These are really good. I think I gave it a 4. But it's the start of a reporter that finds out that she's got some really funky parents. I love the way they did the vampires in this series, because they don't drink people's blood and kill them. They actually eat food. They still can't go out in daylight unless you're half human, which it explains it. But they only drink off of each other. They need each other's, like, you have to be a full vampire or part vampire to drink from. And the more you drink from it, the more stronger you get. But I really like this. I loved the different take on vampires. So, yeah. Really good. Really, really good. I don't think there's anything I really want to say besides that, because, it gives away part of the story. But there's a lot of deaths. There's a lot of other, what's the word? Supernatural beings in it. I'm not quite sure how would you describe them, but they fight with the vampires. So there's a lot of that. And it was just a page turner. Yeah. Then I read The Wayward Son by Yvonne Lindsay, and it's the book 1 in the Master Vintner series, or trilogy, I'm not sure. This one was better. It takes place in New Zealand and Australia, and it's about Anna and Judd, and she is on a mission from her, I wouldn't say adopted father, but a man that takes her in, and takes her mother in. And she is on a mission to go and find his long-lost son that his ex-wife had taken from him, and try and convince him to come back and work at the vineyard there, because he's helping to run another vineyard in New Zealand or Australia, and they go back and forth. So a 3 or 4. And then Alana and I buddy read On Second Thought by Kristen Higgins. We had read If You Only Knew for our hashtag on the booktube shelf book, was it in May? And there are characters from that book in here, not enough to be considered a series, but enough to get spoiled a little bit from it. Not much. So if you don't want to worry about it, then they're both pretty much standalones. It's just a little bit. But this is about Ainsley and Kate, who are half sisters, and the one, Kate, becomes widowed right as Ainsley's boyfriend was about to ask her hand in marriage, and her would-be fiance is an ass. He's really a disgusting human being. I really didn't like him, but you're not meant to like him. But he's got this ego trip that he's on because of his cancer journey, and all of a sudden he tries to be this tragic hero, and it just doesn't work. So it's them about them bonding as sisters, trying to get over each other's heartache and finding new love, which I really like how she wrote the men that they are potentially in love with. They're not trying to be these meet you, jump in bed kind of men. So it was nice and refreshing, and it was a clean read. You don't really, it's pretty much, you find out what they're going to do, and then it's the next day or after. So it's not descriptive, which is refreshing sometimes. So that's what I finished. I'm currently reading, we are still reading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. We're like 25% in, if that. Cameron has been, I don't want to say not interested in that, but he's having a hard time focusing on it lately. And if you don't know, or new to my channel, he's got ADHD plus autism, so he kind of gets distracted by the cats and biting his nails, and just, we have to spend an hour before bedtime without technology for him to calm down his mind in order to sleep, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. And the other thing is, I think this might be just a bit over his head, because Harry Potter is 17 in it, and Cameron has just turned 11, so we will get through it. I don't know when, but we will get through it, and then maybe later on down the road he'll read them on his own and get more into it. And I started, first, I haven't really made much headway with this, and I'm sorry guys. I know hashtag on the booktube shelf now has a Goodreads group. I'm still debating whether to join it, and it's not because I don't want to. I really do. I want to keep with it. It's just time management. As you know, I'm starting another business, and right now I'm just in the initial stages of getting things set up. I have to buy my master license, which allows me to sell that I have with the government and stuff like that. And our mortgage comes out first, so and then Halloween tomorrow, and then my birthday on Wednesday. So yeah, I wanted to be done before, like set up like a month before Halloween, and it just hasn't happened. So yeah, time management. I will probably join it anyways. I know Alana, sorry, is not sure if she's going to join it as well. And again, it's just time management for me, at least, not for lack of interest. So I'm still trying to read Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. It's not bad. I'm just trying to finish my RRRC challenge and do my work, and yeah. So then I started last night The Autumn Bride by Anne Gracie, and this is I just read the prologue, and it's about a man who his uncle has died and left him massive debts. Those I have to sell everything he owns, and he's not happy with it. So that's as far as I got. I read the backs sometimes, but I just sort of put them in the back of my mind because a lot of times they give it away. But I know it's a 4-book series. It's the Autumn Bride, the Winter Bride, Spring and Summer Bride. And I know it's about 4 ladies, and this one has to do with trying to break into an empty mansion to see if there's any treasures to sell, and she ends up being like not a nurse, but a caretaker to the aunt of the man that lost him. And see if I can bring it up. Actually, it's on my phone. And Pebbles is playing, so let's see. Okay. I am reading right now also The Corset Diaries by Katie McAllister, and that is the author for the October RRRC Challenge, which is the Romance Readers Reading Challenge. And all the links will be below. So there's that one. Okay, now I'm going to do my November challenge. So let's see if I can bring it. I'm just getting it on the phone. Okay. Okay, November 1st. Well, first challenge. N is for November. Read a book that starts with N or whose author's first or last name starts with N. And oh, now it's not going to do it. I'll get it yet. There we go. It's Never Strangers by Linda Ward. I own this book. I just can't find it. I spent 20 minutes looking and can't find it right now, but I will. So close that one up. Oops. And then challenge 2 is Happy Anniversary. Read a book that was published in November of any year, or read a book of a RRRC member who joined in November of any year. The list is there. And I picked Shannon to go by, and it is Dorinda Jones's fourth grade Beneath My Feet, with Charlie Davidson, the investigator / Grim Reaper. So that should be interesting. And then 3 is the featured author challenge. Laura Kay. Read a book by this month's featured author, or by an author with her first or last name, so it has to be the same. And then there's fun facts to go by. And did I find one? I think I did. I don't think I could have found. I don't think our library had anything with her. So I think I just. So I went by one of her facts. Sorry. Laura grew up amidst family lore involving angels, ghosts, and evil eye curses, cementing her lifelong fascination with storytelling and the supernatural. She published her first novel in 2011. She primarily writes contemporary and erotic romance and romantic suspense. She also writes historical romance as Laura Camoy, and my library didn't have any of those either. And Laura lives in Maryland and with her husband and 2 daughters. So you may read any book set in Maryland. You can also read any book published in 2011 or that is shelved as contemporary romance or paranormal, or by her pseudonym. And I think that's the one I went with. Or maybe... yeah, I went with the paranormal romance. So me and Alana will probably be buddy reading this whole series, like I said. So I had picked Lover Eternal by J.R. Ward. It's book 2 in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And challenge 4 is Chicken Soup for the Soul Day, November 12th. Read a book just because you want to, not a book that fits a spot for a challenge spot or a book club, or you want to read for you. Of course, it can work for the challenge spots or book club too. And Alana, book 3 is Lover Awakened by J.R. Ward. So we'll see if we can get, if not, I'll pick something else for this challenge. And 5 is World Peace Day. November 17th, Shirley shared experiences will encourage peace with our neighbors. Read a book that takes place in multiple countries, features characters from multiple cultures, or is set in a country different from where you live. So I picked 5 to 1 by Holly Bodger. And this takes place in India, and I think there's 5 men for every woman, and it's actually the woman that gets to pick a husband instead of the husband picking a wife. So, and that's I don't know if it takes place in Pakistan or somewhere in India, anyways. Yeah, takes place in India. So, books. Challenge 6 is Occult Day, November 18th. Get out your Ouija board and read a book shelved as paranormal romance, has occult or supernatural characteristics, or has a primarily black cover. And this one, I chose Halfway to the Grave by Janine Frost. And it's a very dark cover, but it's, I think it's book 1 in the Night Huntress novel. And I'm not sure what paranormal stuff is in it, but I know it's paranormal. Oops. So there's that one. And then Challenge 7 is Universal Children's Day, November 20th. Children may not be universal in romance, but they do exist. Read a book with a child or children included in the story, or read a YA or NA romance. So, one of my pet peeves is when books are put into books, like this one. There's 2 stories in it, and it drives me nuts because you're actually reading 2 stories, but it's in one book. And for Goodreads, that just, you actually add on a book that you haven't really read. So, if that makes sense. But this is Born at Midnight by C.C. Hunter. And this is another pet peeve. They name it something else. So it was actually hard to find on the shelves. But yeah. So I'm not sure what it's about. I just know it's paranormal and it's YA, I think. And then challenge 8 is Black Friday, November 24th. Read a new release or a book you bought received within the last month, because Black Friday is all about shopping. Personally, I save it all for Cyber Monday. I haven't chosen that yet. Yeah, because I have so many books that it can pretty much be anything. And my sister-in-law just brought over, I think 2 weeks ago, another box of books that I haven't even shown you. I kind of went through them real quick and then that was it. So any of those could probably work. So challenge 9, Make Your Own Head Day, November 28th. Read a book that has no head or face on the cover. So you get makeup. You make up the head from your reading. So I chose this one, By Your Side by Kizzie West. I heard it takes place kind of in a library. They meet. So we'll see. I've never read any Kizzie West yet, but I'm hoping it'll be really quick. And finally, Reader's Choice. Read any book of your choosing. You can choose any number of categories depending on your reading speed, book availability, and or time commitment. And like I said, I don't know if this is going to happen, but book 4, Lover Revealed by J.R. Ward, which Alana, she grabbed the next 3 books at the library. I grabbed the next 3 books at the library. So it might be a J.R. Ward month. So that is my weekly wrap up, currently reading, and my November RRRC challenge list. Let me know what you guys are reading, what you're doing this November. Our Thanksgiving already took place in October, so it's now Halloween, birthday, and then Christmas for us. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day and a week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.